After my last video about mindset, I was asked to do another one, this time on interview hints and tips. This video will show you how to prepare and tell you the best places to do your research, what information you need to find and where to find it. I'll show you example interview questions from the 3 mainly used interview styles to practice, as well as other considerations like dress code, why you should arrive early for your interview and strong body language. So let's get started. Before you do anything else, you need to do your research. If you've watched my video, New Mindset, New Results, you've already heard how important it is to do company research before your interview. So what should you be researching? You need to understand the company history, its products and services, who their key players are, who are their competitors, and the company culture. Where can you find this information? If you've listened to my previous video, I hope you're already following your companies of interest and their competitors on LinkedIn. That way you'll know what's going on in the industry. You can also use LinkedIn to find out if you know anyone who works at the company. Ask them about the company. What's it like to work there? What's their interview process like? Also, have a look at your interviewer's profile. Get an insight into their role and career background. Are there any common links between you? Did you go to the same uni? Do you know the same people? This may help you to build a rapport more quickly when you're interviewing. Visit the company website. This will tell you about the company's history, its culture, and who the key players in the company are, as well as the products and services they offer. Glassdoor is a great place to look for company info and feedback. Their interview questions and review section can be really helpful and a goldmine of information on potential interview questions and interview process and styles. The review section also helps you get a real feel for the company culture from the people who actually work there. Do remember though, that the reviews are often posted by people who either love the company or hated it, so take them with a pinch of salt. But look for key points and trends that matter to you, like their approach to flexible working or the ratings on their management. Learn about the job you are applying for. Again, use your network here. Does anyone you know work for the company? Even better if they're in a similar position or team. What does the job look like on a day-to-day basis? How does it work within the company? And who would you interact with? Do some practice interviews. Get your friends and family involved. Ask them to do some face-to-face interviewing with you. And if you can, also try and do some using an app like Zoom. Go to the interview prepared with 3 to 5 selling points about yourself and make sure you can give examples and make sure those examples are varied. A possible one might be, I have great communication and negotiation skills. And an example of this would be, I persuaded a group of people to ... whatever you persuaded them to do. When you're practicing your interview questions and forming your answers, make sure you follow the STAR technique. S, situation. Explain the situation you were in. T, task. What task were you given? A, action. What action did you take? And R, results. What were your results? Make sure you've prepared a couple of questions to ask the interviewer at the end of your interview. This shows you're interested in the company and the job role. There are generally 3 types of interview questions: skills-based, behaviour-based, and situational. Let's have a look at some examples of each. Skills-based interviews are directly related to experience with tools, technologies, and industry standards. These are used to find the difference between theoretical and practical knowledge. An example of a skills-based question might be, have you ever been involved in ... tell me about it. Or, explain how ... Behavioural interview questions shows a candidate's aptitude and approach to a task based on past experience. Examples of this might be, tell me about a time when you set yourself difficult goals, or How have you handled conflict within a project team in the past? Situational interviews give the interviewer a chance to see how a candidate will react to specific scenarios. They give them an idea of the candidate's instincts, confidence, and decision-making abilities. An example of this would be, how would you deal with a dissatisfied customer? Or, how would you prioritise two pressing deadlines? Or, what would you do if a team member took credit for your work? What other considerations do you need to make before your interview? What are you going to wear? Traditionally, you've always needed to wear a suit for an interview, including a tie for men. This is changing and some companies are more relaxed. Try and get a feel for the company's culture and dress code, but if in doubt, always go on the smarter side just in case. Always arrive on time for your interview. I like to arrive 10 minutes early, and there's 2 reasons that I do this. Number 1, it shows I'm keen and have respect for the interviewer's time. And number 2, reception is a great way to get a feel for the company and its culture. Is the reception area busy? Is there a buzz? How do people interact with each other and the receptionists? Do you feel comfortable there? This always helps my gut feel decision making if I'm offered a role. Stay calm. You look the part, you've practiced and you prepared. Try and relax and be yourself. Always follow up after an interview. Send an email to thank the interviewer for their time and that you very much liked meeting them. Tell them you're very interested in the role and the company and that you look forward to hearing from them soon. Thank you for listening. As always, I'm keen to hear about any topics you'd like me to cover. Feel free to post in the comments below.